So I've been accused of a lot of things in my career. A lot of things in my career. And I think the biggest thing that I've been accused for recently is that I support the steroid generation by Rock and Gymshark. What's going on, guys? It is Ethan J coming back at you guys right from this video. Let's get right into it. So just because I support and rock Gymshark doesn't mean that I support steroid abuse. And I'm going to talk about steroid abuse a little bit more in this video. I've always talked about it on my YouTube channel, but I'm going to go into it even more in depth. It's really pathetic these days that there's guys out here that are pinning. They're literally pinning themselves with chemicals, and nowadays it's cool because, like, you know, everyone's putting it out online so everyone can see what you're doing, right? What goes behind closed doors is coming out in light. But it's sad because is this the world that we're setting up for the future generation? You get the fame, you get the views, you get the growth, you get the visuals, and we also set up the next generation to start doing the same thing so that they get the views. People are wondering why these 16 and 17 and 14-year-old kids are all starting to pin and do steroids. And it's because the generation before them did the exact same thing to get the views, the same thing that these kids want. We live in a generation today where fitness is becoming all about money. It's all about money. It's all about views. And I want to do one thing in this video that's going to be different than anything that I've ever done. We got to start viewing fitness back from the realms of how God would want us to view fitness. Yes, God. Let me explain. Our bodies are these unique temples that we've been given. They have these incredible abilities to do things that are amazing. When I think of amazing, I think of my favorite basketball player. I think of Kyrie Irving. I think about every single bit of footwork that this guy can do. The swivels, the right hand, left hand finish, the reverses with his left hand, right? The reverses going behind the back and then finishing underneath the rim. The up and unders, like, it's incredible what's possible with the human body. Look at figure skaters. You look at dancers. Look at kung fu specialists, look at martial artists, look at Muay Thai athletes. Like, it's incredible. I just don't think in a world where we are sold that we need to start pumping ourselves up with steroids, that's the right idea. You see, guys, I understand the whole visual component of, like, looking aesthetic and getting all the girls and having all shredded abs and, you know, just like walking around the beach and just being that guy. But, you know, and just showing, you know, having that visual, that, like, steamy night session with the hot blonde and you're all piped up and all jacked and, you know, whatever. But at what cost do you get it at? Getting this fame and showcasing your physique out to everybody and anybody and making your business behind something that you could never attain naturally. There was a time when I was going to go in and get steroids and get on a cycle. It was going to be medical grade trend from a personal trainer that I used to work at a gym at. And I met him there. And, you know, trained, and we were going all in on training. Like, we would finish shifts and we would be training late till night. I'd be going home super sore, shoulders just tired and aching, and we'd run it back. And eventually he would tell me, like, you know, like, dude, you've got the drive. You know, it's just that the only reason why he was hesitant, and I'll never forget this, was he told me that the only reason why he didn't want to sell to me was because the minute that I started to get on it, I'll probably never get off. And it reminds me of what's going on with this industry. And I'm so glad that I didn't get on it, right? You could tell that my physique is definitely not steroid-esque worthy. And I'm humbled by that. You know, I got work to do. And I'm proud, the best thing being that I don't take steroids, and I never will. I never will take performance-enhancing drugs to get achievements just to have a temporary feeling of success in a society today that is literally cheating to get accolades. What's the point of cheating to get ahead? What's the point of lying to people and selling people a dream that's not real? What's the point of all that? Dude, like, we've come to a society today where we can't even just be genuine people no more. That's what it's come to. Like, we're all so quick to cheat now that now we can't even be authentic anymore with people. And that's the barrier that's being broken. And it's affecting every fabric of our society today, right? It's like cheating and lying has become such a normal thing that honesty and grit and telling people the truth about things is becoming left field. You know what I mean? And I tell people all the time, like, at the end of the day, we need to bring that stuff back. We need to bring back the holistic way of doing things, being honest with people about doing things, right? That's just the truth. It'll bring back a better world, right? It'll bring back a better society. And that's the reason why I'm making this video. If you're on that fence and you're about to go take steroids, I really advise you to think about your reasons for why you want to do it. I know this is going to go so left. I know a lot of people are going to judge me for this, but the way that I see steroids now is a lot like how I see tattoos. I have pretty much my entire right hand sleeve tatted up. And why did I really get it? If I really think about it, and I really ask myself the truth, I was getting these tattoos to get validation from other people. And of course, all my tattoos have deep meaning to me, right? Like, I didn't get random BS on my body. But I was following a culture trend, doing things because I wanted an external image of something that I was. When in fact, was it original? Tattoos are one of the biggest things that is in our culture today. Everyone's getting tatted up, right? It's not an original thought. So then my question becomes, what in our society today are we doing that's original anymore? Me going and maybe considering that trend cycle. Me going in and deciding to go and get tatted up. Is there a real or like an origin story that's honorable in this? Right? Everyone that tries to go do, whatever said thing that everyone else is doing, where's the origin behind this? Where's the originality now, right? So going back to the umph note of this video, we got to start doing things the way that God wants us to do them. I think God, if I was thinking about the intelligent designer, I think he would be way more captivated and willing to share case blessing with people that instead of trying to be like an overshow competition over people, flex on everybody and do a bunch of poses on everybody and share case to you why I'm better than you. I think God would be a little bit more on board with us trying to master the bodies that we have to the fullest potential that we can master them, right? Not the aesthetic, but the functionality and the performance. Now, some are going to say that bodybuilding is a performance and it is a sport, and I do respect it. I think it is a sport. But I do think that if my son, and let's imagine this if we were both fathers, if we're stepping up, do you think our sons would really be proud of how massive dad is, right? Like massive in terms of muscle mass, just flexing and posing, or the fact that the dad can lift whatever amount of weight and then also still tug of war with him and then still kind of do a bunch of stuff without having to take needles in his arm. I think about all the wives that are sitting at home right now where their husbands are kind of pinning and how stressed these girls are, right? Maybe some of these girls end up taking cycles themselves. And I don't want to put that stress on anybody, let alone a girl that loves me, right? So it's like, I think that this all goes down to what you're willing to sacrifice. I know success requires sacrifices, but there's certain sacrifices that I'm not willing to make, and the biggest one is my moral compass. Everything I've done for you guys on this YouTube channel has been authentic, created content. I've never cheated my way to anything. I will say that my second PT cert, out of all 3 of my PT certs, I did, it was an open book exam, so I don't think that I really got that with sheer intelligence. And I do think all my PT certs are a little outdated. Nonetheless, I did everything the best that I could with moral fiber. And I think that's what we need in this next generation. Some are going to say, dude, you've never really achieved anything in your career. And dude, valid. Valid, you could definitely say that. And I'm not going to argue with that. Compared to the world today where everyone's light years ahead and social media is putting out these guys that are the best of the best, I've got a pretty subpar physique for now. And that's valid. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing. It does mean that I'm going to live my life with integrity and honor and bring the best that I can to an industry that is oversaturated with deception. So if you're on that fence of making a bad decision when you can make a right one, think about it from the realm of the intelligent designer. I'm going to get out the view so you guys can take a little view and look a little bit higher for this last segment. One day, we're not going to be here no more. I think about life a lot. I don't know if you do. And I think about what it really means to enjoy this experience. You might be alone right now. You might not have anybody with you right now. You might be struggling in dating, finances, or life. And it might be difficult for you to see a future or a hope or a better tomorrow. During that season of darkness, when you're literally by yourself and there's no hope and there's nothing you can think about to get you out of that little slump, I want you to think about if it's really worth it to take that decision and do the drugs and drink the alcohol and cheat on that exam and lie to the people around you, or to instead look up to the stars and ask for help and a way forward and seek a deeper meaning behind this life. So you lose that bodybuilding competition. Fitness doesn't become the open door. The question now becomes, what do you do next? I don't think that this world is a closed door. I think when one door closes, another door opens. All we have to do is sit up and look out to the stars and remind ourselves that we're only here for a finite time. So what do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known for the guy that cheated his way and didn't find his way forward? Or do you want to be known for being the person that took a bunch of L's and still kept fighting no matter what, the right way, even if it was the hardest path forward? Like I told you guys, we're not going to be here forever. One day the videos and the messages and the meaning and the cars and all the things that we ever attain are going to be passed on to the next. And maybe this message might be one of those videos that get passed on to the next generation. We have factories, we have cars, we have buildings that are being built up every single day. But the greatest thing that you will always carry with you is your philosophy and your morals and your outlooks on life. You might not come from a rich family, but the rich family might come from you. And your successes might not have helped you out this far, but you might be able to develop and really take your story to the next level, even though it seems like you're coming from the trenches right now. But one day, you will not be here, and neither will I. We'll be somewhere else, in a realm where we won't have all these physical sensations. At that time, I think what will really matter is not how much we got. I think what's going to matter more is what we did to get it. That's the philosophy behind this YouTube channel. You may not like it, you may not agree with it, but it is what it is. May you be blessed.